Hey guys, Moshe the Electric Israeli here. Thank you for joining my channel. I want to talk to you today about a very important topic. I saw this video on CNBC. It's based on an investigative article that was published on CNBC.com, which basically talks about testimonials of former Tesla workers who worked especially at the tent outside the main factory in California. I want you to watch this video. It's very short, but it's really worth it. And then I want to bring my testimonial as a Tesla owner and get your opinion. So watch this and then come right back.
A new CNBC.com article is detailing manufacturing shortcuts at a well-known Tesla plant in California. Phil LeBeau joins us right now. He has the details. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Becky. This is part of a long investigation that Laura Kolodny with CNBC.com has been conducting, basically looking into the manufacturing process in the outdoor tent that has received so much attention at Tesla, talking with a handful of workers at that tent, and they've detailed and provided some pictures of shoddy workmanship, to say the least, including electrical tape holding in brackets, some nuts not being applied in certain areas, and also outlining how the conditions there, not always the best, especially when the wildfires were going on in California. All of this was in an effort to increase Model 3 production. And remember, this has been the focus for Tesla. As you take a look at Model 3 deliveries, this has been the focus for more than a year. Yes, it's overall deliveries, but really Model 3, the mass market vehicle, they needed to hit at least 74,000. That was the estimate on the street in the second quarter. They came in at 77,550. Tesla's response to Laura Kolodny's questions about their practices, well, they call these anecdotes misleading, going on to say dedicated inspection teams track every car throughout every shop in the assembly line, and every vehicle is then subjected to an additional quality control process towards the end of the line, and all of this happens before a vehicle leaves the factory and is delivered to a customer. As you take a look at shares of Tesla, remember this company reports its Q2 financials next week. This is just in the last month. It's been a heck of a run, and really at one point, guys, go back 6 weeks, it was down in the 180 range. One last note about why this story is important. If you look at Consumer Reports, if you look at other third-party sources, independent, that track reliability of vehicles, the reviews on the Model 3 are not good. In fact, Consumer Reports' latest reliability study, guys, had them in the bottom half of auto brands, and the editors at Consumer Reports say it best. Look, there's a lot of issues with the Model 3, and that's what this story gets at the heart of in terms of reliability and increasing production.
Okay, these are obviously very serious allegations of Tesla workers talking about working conditions and talking about quality control. This is a life and death situation. If you send cars like this with instead of putting bolts, you put duct tape and things like that. This is obviously unacceptable. The part of Consumer Report, Consumer Report being hot and cold on Tesla since 2012, since Tesla rolled the first car ever. It used to be the best car in the world and then unreliable and back and forth. So I don't say I don't trust him. Now, I have, obviously, as a Tesla owner, I have a great advantage, quote unquote, because I drive a Tesla, and I'm in a unique situation. My Tesla Model 3, I own it for about 8 or so months, and I have 25,000 miles on it. I conducted 8 major long trips, 2 of them really epic, one to Florida for 3,000 miles, and one I just got back last week from Quebec, almost 1,600 miles, and drove this car many other trips, 500 miles, 600 miles here and there and all that. So I drive a lot this car, and which required, I took it to one service just because of I do things like this just for inspection. I didn't have to do it, and I changed the snow tires. I never, this is knock on wood, 25,000 miles. I've never driven a well-built quality, and I've driven amazing cars, Lexus, and I have a friend of mine who had a Porsche. I drove Porsches, Fords, and I had a Mustang for a year. you know, when you get to my age, by nature you drive a lot of cars, and some of them were great and some of them were crap. I'm telling you, I've never seen it. I'm talking about build quality. I'm talking about technology, all this stuff that I like about this car because I like about this car. But the build quality, the fit and finish, the strength of the car, the you know, the seams, everything. I know that at the beginning, 2012 issues. It's a new company. I mean, give me a break. Now, the point that made me concerned is they're talking about the second quarter, which they and also last quarter, which they you know, always under pressure to produce, and workers were under tremendous pressure to produce, deliver, so to make the numbers, and I understand that. But and again, I'm not denying what anybody says, and I'm not taking sides. I will put out a consumer report because it's just whatever, and we know of a well-documented CNBC biased against Tesla, but this is not about biased against their stock or biased against their sales or their numbers or whatever. This is about quality. This is about it's more than quality. It's about, like, what cars are you selling to people? Are you going to put people in danger, quote unquote? So I don't know. It's like all the sagas and all the dramas they do every time a Tesla car catches on fire, where thousands of other cars catch on fire, and then there's no reporting on it. Anyway, so I'm asking you, I mean, my experience is phenomenal experience, hands down, no question about it. So what I'm saying is, if you're a Tesla owner, this is not for Tesla owners, especially Model 3, especially from the last 6 months or so. What's your experience with fit and finish, with service, with all these things that you know, that you find out that the reliability of Tesla? We really appreciate if you share your point of view. Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow.